Welcome to Wild Earth Creatures, where every creature has a story. Let the adventure begin. In the quiet flow of rivers and the rolling waves of coastal seas, a playful hunter glides through the water with effortless grace. Meet the otter, one of nature's most intelligent, social, and fascinating animals. Otters belong to the weasel family, known scientifically as the Lutrini subfamily. There are 13 species in total, ranging from the tiny Asian small-clawed otter to the massive giant otter of South America. What makes otters so extraordinary is their connection to water. Unlike many of their relatives, they can spend nearly their entire lives swimming, diving, and hunting in rivers, lakes, wetlands, and oceans. Their bodies are perfectly built for this lifestyle. Sleek, streamlined shapes that reduce drag. Powerful tails that act like rudders. Webbed feet for strong propulsion. Dense fur with up to 1 million hairs per square inch, keeping them warm and dry. Some species, like sea otters, can even close their nostrils and ears underwater and hold their breath for several minutes while searching for food on the seafloor. Otters are highly social animals. They thrive in family groups, and their playful behavior is famous around the world. When a group gathers in the water, it's called a raft. On land, groups may be known as a lodge, romp, or bevy. Sea otters often float together while holding paws, a behavior that helps them stay close and avoid drifting apart in ocean currents. Play is an important part of otter life. They slide down muddy riverbanks, wrestle with one another, juggle pebbles on their paws, and chase each other through the water. These activities aren't just for fun, they help young otters develop hunting skills and strengthen social bonds. Mothers are especially devoted to their pups. Freshwater otter pups are born blind and helpless, relying entirely on their mothers for protection and milk. Over the next few months, they learn to swim, dive, and catch fish on their own. Otters are carnivores, and their diets vary depending on where they live. River otters commonly eat fish, frogs, insects, crustaceans, bird eggs and small mammals. Sea otters prefer marine delicacies such as mussels, clams, crabs, and sea urchins. Because they have very high metabolisms, sea otters must eat a huge amount of food every day, sometimes up to a quarter of their body weight. One of the most fascinating things about sea otters is their use of tools. When they find a shellfish, they often float on their backs, place a rock on their chest, and smash the shell against it until it cracks open. This behavior makes them one of the few non-human animals known to regularly use tools in the wild. Otters are not just charming animals, they are essential to the health of their ecosystems. Sea otters are considered a keystone species. They help control populations of sea urchins, which feed on kelp forests. Without otters, sea urchins can multiply rapidly and destroy these underwater forests. Kelp forests are incredibly important because they provide shelter for countless marine creatures, support fisheries, absorb large amounts of carbon dioxide, helping reduce the effects of climate change. In places where sea otters decline due to hunting, scientists observed dramatic damage to kelp ecosystems. But where otters recovered, the forests began to thrive again. It's a powerful reminder that even one species can shape the balance of an entire environment. Despite their adaptability, otters face many threats today. Historically, they were hunted heavily for their fur, especially sea otters, whose thick coats were highly valuable. Although protections have helped some populations recover, illegal hunting still occurs in some regions. Otters also struggle with habitat destruction, water pollution, climate change, entanglement in fishing gear, predation from animals like sharks, killer whales, eagles, and large cats. As rivers become polluted and coastal ecosystems change, otters lose both safe homes and reliable food sources. Conservation efforts around the world are now focused on protecting wetlands, reducing pollution, and restoring healthy aquatic habitats. From the muddy banks of rivers to the floating kelp forests of the Pacific Ocean, otters live lives filled with play, intelligence, and resilience. They remind us that the health of nature is deeply connected. When otters thrive, rivers and oceans thrive too. The next time you see an otter gliding through the water, remember, you're watching one of nature's most important guardians at work. Enjoying the video? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss more videos. And share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching.